Hello and welcome. Today we're going to make a drawing about graduation, since graduation is right around the corner. We're going to start by drawing a circle. And if you have a shape that you want to use to make a circle, you can, or you can just try to draw it as close to a circle as you can. I want to draw a little bit to the side because we're going to put some words next to the picture. So try to draw not in the middle, but a little bit to the side. We're drawing a person. And to make it easy to draw a person, we're going to draw a bunch of circles first. The circles will be the shape of the person. We're not going to draw too hard. We're going to draw fairly light, so we can go back and erase these lines. This is the body, this is the neck, these are the legs, these are the knees. And of course the feet. Here's the shoulder. And here's the elbow and the hand. Arm and shoulder, elbow, hand. All right. So we have the basic shape of a person. And this is a child who will be graduating. Now, to make the shape of the graduation hat or the cap, we draw a square. And we follow the shape of the head a little bit. Although if you just draw a square, that's okay. Then we'll draw another square on top of that. And if you have trouble to draw the other square, start with a straight line, like this. Make it the same kind of line as this one. Then we're going to go to a spot right about here, and right about here. And we're just going to follow this line. And if it doesn't look exactly like that, that's okay. The next thing I'm going to do is just make this a little bit taller. So we'll have a small rectangle along the top. And we'll put the tassel down on this side. And the tassel is that funny little bit of string that hangs from the top of the graduation cap. Okay. Now, the tassel is the only thing that kind of looks like it's done. We have to do some erasing, and then we'll go back and make things look better. So, I've got my eraser here. I'm going to go back and erase all of the lines that meet. So anywhere where two lines meet each other, I'm going to erase. Then we'll be left with an outline. And inside the square of this cap, we'll erase the top of the circle. Okay, now we have a kind of a rough outline, which is what we want. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the top and go all the way down. And I'm going to start with hair. So if you want to have long hair or short hair, you have to choose now. I will have some kind of long hair. I'll put an ear here. And another ear here. A little bit of hair at the side. I will finish the bottom of the face. And I'll put some big happy eyes. A nose. And a big smile. Okay, now it's time for the neck. Now, it's not always true that we wear a collared shirt for graduation, but usually we do. So we'll make a collared shirt. A collar is this thing that I'm drawing right now. It's basically just two rectangles, one here, one here. And then there's usually a tie or a ribbon in the middle. But we're not going to go too far, just this far. And then we're going to draw the gown around the outside. Now the gown usually comes down in a big V shape like this. And there's usually a big white stripe. Now, one of my stripes is wider than the other one, so I'm going to erase it and try to make them the same size. That looks better. Okay, now we're going to draw the rest of the gown. The gown is the long shirt that we wear for graduation. Usually the arms are very big and wide. And so we follow the outside of the arm shape that we made before. We make the arms big and flappy because the gown is really big. And the gown goes all the way down and covers the legs. So again, we follow the outside of the legs, but we don't draw them. I'm going to make my gown a little bit bigger at the bottom. Usually it goes out just a little bit, kind of like that. Okay, the next thing we need to do is our hands, and maybe we can put in our hands the little graduation book. So I'll erase part of the gown here, and I'll draw a rectangle that's shaped like our graduation book. Then we'll draw the hand. Now, if you want to draw a hand like that, that's okay. If you want to draw all the fingers, then you can draw it like this. One, 2, 3, 4, and the thumb will be on the other side. It's up to you. I'll make mine simple. I'll just draw a round hand shape. I think that's good for this. But if you want to draw fingers, you can go ahead. We'll draw another hand shape over here. We'll draw some shoes. And the very, very bottoms of the legs can go up into the gown. Now, the gown may or may not have some lines at the edge. We call this a hem. Okay, it looks a little nicer if there's a hem, and you just follow the bottom line. But if you don't want to draw the hem, it's okay. All right. The last thing you can do is, if you want, you can draw a line down the middle, or not. Again, some gowns have a line down the middle, some don't. I'll draw one on this one, so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to put a little rectangle on the edge of this book to make it look a little bit more real. The last thing I'm going to do is make these parts a little bit stronger. Alright, now I'm going to go and add my labels. But I'll do it quickly and pause the camera so you'll see them all right away. Okay, you see now that I've added my words. I used a ruler to draw my lines so they would be nice and neat, and I tried to have them line up more or less so that they were close to the same spot on the page. Alright, it reads, I'm ready for graduation. This is the cap, this is the tassel, this is the collar, that's the tie, that's the gown. I called this an award because basically that's what it is. You are awarded something during your graduation. You could call it a booklet, you could maybe call it a diploma, but I think we'll call it an award. And then down here, shoes, of course. Alright, it's basically done. The only thing that it really needs is black lines and color. I'll trace the black lines, and I won't have time to color it today, but you can do all of those things if you have time at home. So hang on, let me trace the black lines so you'll see how beautiful it is when we trace. And there we have it. We've got all of our words in our picture inked, and I've even used a little bit of color just for the lines so it's easier to see where the words go. I hope you enjoyed writing about getting ready for graduation, and keep on learning, drawing, and writing, and having fun. Bye for now.